Welcome back, everybody, to a collective reading. While I'm on holiday, I decided to do a couple of readings. So let's see what's going on for the collective. We've got King of Wands. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience during the holidays. Ooh, I like it. We've got the Ace of Pentacles next to the King of Wands. So someone's wanting to take action towards a new solid beginning. Now, this can be like a new job coming in or an offer of a new job. There's something definitely coming in here. Somebody is an action taker here. Could be a fire sign, but it doesn't have to be. Ooh, could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But I definitely, what I'm getting is this someone wanting to take the action towards solidifying something. It could be in a connection, like a love connection, but this can just be, I want to have a solid future. I'm looking for something solid. Could be a new job, a new offer of a job here, somebody coming towards you with an offer of a job, or this is you, okay, pursuing something solid here, or wanting to have something solid with somebody, or they you. Okay, we will do some clarifiers as we progress. Okay, but somebody's super worried about this. Somebody's like maybe not sure, staying up at night worrying about what could go wrong rather than what could go right here. Okay, this can also represent that somebody feels guilty. Not quite sure why, but again, we will do some clarifiers. So let's keep going. Let's see what's going on. Okay, this is a time to trust your intuition. But this can also represent that somebody feels guilty for kind of keeping something a secret, keeping something to themselves here. Or they're keeping the fact that they're feeling guilty, worried, or anxious, or really nervous about making this offer or accepting an offer of something solid here. Something to the point where it's keeping somebody up at night worrying about this. Spirit saying trust your intuition if this is you, or again, this can be vice versa. It depends who's watching as to whose perspective it plays out from. This is hilarious. Okay, this is really, I mean, it is. To me, it's hilarious because this person is really, really nervous. They're anxious. But what I am getting for some of you is that they may be feeling anxious and nervous because this is a secret, because they're keeping it to themselves, that they are planning this. Okay, so it can be that they're either nervous and anxious, like not telling you, not sure how you'd feel about it, but Spirit wants you to know that your ships are coming in, okay? This is somebody taking a chance. So what I'm getting is mostly somebody's nervous about taking this chance, but they may not want you to know that. They may want you to look at them as the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles, like this person's solid, you know, they're solid like a rock, they're taking this action, they know exactly what they want. But meanwhile, the undertone here is I'm nervous, I'm anxious, and I'm kind of going to keep this to myself. So I have a feeling this person doesn't want you to know, collective, like that they're really nervous because they look at you as their ship. You are their person. They see a solid future with you, but they're wondering, oh my gosh, like, you know, do you feel the same way? What if you don't? You know, that's what they're nervous about. What if I'm imagining all this? Okay, but they don't want to appear to you that way. So that's why the Seven of Swords is coming out. The Seven of Swords doesn't always mean sneaky energy. It could be, but I'm getting several different messages. And don't forget, I'm reading for a lot of people, but the Seven of Swords can definitely mean like, I'm really worried and anxious and nervous about taking this action here because, you know, what if it's not reciprocated? I don't want to look like an idiot kind of thing. I don't want to look like a fool. So this is somebody that's, you know, doesn't want to appear not confident, okay? But you're this person's ship come in. That's what I'm seeing. Or again, vice versa. This could be you making this offer, this gesture. But this is definitely, I want to solidify a connection is mostly what I'm getting. But again, if this is you, this could be you like, you know, I'm really nervous about having a new start. You may have moved somewhere, took a chance. You may have like actually relocated somewhere, you've taken a chance and you're worried about, you know, not getting a job. You may be taking the action to look for new work or your new career path and you're really nervous about it. Some of you definitely absolutely High Priestess. This can be that you're taking a chance here on, you know, going towards a more spiritual venture here for your life here. Like this is a life change for you. Like you're going after becoming a spiritual teacher or entrepreneur here. It definitely could be. All right, let's go ahead and get some clarifiers here. Okay, I'm also going to get, of course, love guidance and advice messages, but I want to get the clarifiers first. So let's go ahead and clarify the King of Wands. Why is a King of Wands here? What do we need to know about the King of Wands? Again, don't forget about the fake channels out there. Do not support them. I noticed there's a lot of AI channels coming out now. It's actually, I found it pretty cool, but some of you, I know you don't like that, but I found it rather informative, but it is rather impersonal at the same time, but everybody's different what they like, right? Let's see what's going on with this King of Wands. What does the collective need to know? Okay. Somebody's waiting to take this action, okay? This could be you waiting for somebody to take the action, or this could be somebody waiting to take the action towards you, but they're a little nervous about taking that action for reasons I've already mentioned. So let's see, why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? It's kind of like this person's wondering whether they should or they shouldn't, like they're nervous about it. Ah, see, they're worried about rejection. They're worried that, you know, you won't accept it, okay? Four of Cups. They may be worried that they screwed up and they've already missed this opportunity. So for some of you, this person may have been kind of sneaky. You felt like they were keeping. I can't talk today. That's what happens when you're on vacation, even for a couple days. But this is like, maybe they're nervous or anxious here because they kind of maybe even rejected your offer. Maybe they weren't ready for it. Maybe they waited. And, you know, now they feel like a fool for waiting. Okay, that's for some of you. For others of you, you know, you felt this person was sneaky. They were underhanded. They were keeping secrets. And they may worry that now you're going to reject them for them keeping you waiting. So I'm getting both messages, okay? So let's see, why is the Nine of Swords here? What's this nervous, anxious energy about with the Nine of Swords? Clarify the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Oh, something, see, they want to tell you the truth about some timing of issues. But this can also be the truth that they were worried about karma. They're worried about their karma if they spoke up maybe too soon, or just in general. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is all about changes, destiny, the timing of everything. Okay, so let's see. Why is the Fool energy here? Why is the Fool energy here? What do we need to know about the Fool? They're a fool for you and vice versa, because there's a deep spiritual bond here between two people. The angels are trying to bring the two of you together. So, you know, they feel that push and pull. They definitely do here, but they're nervous about it because they may have rejected you in the past, or else they're worried about you rejecting them now because they rejected you in the past. They may worry that they've waited too long. Either way, there's a sense of worry, a sense of doubt, a sense of timing, and speaking the truth. Speaking the truth, okay? Clarify the Three of Wands, ships coming in here. So I feel like they're going to tell you the truth, that they felt stuck. They may have been worried about karma or a certain timing or a job offer. There was something that was holding this person back, and they felt they needed to wait. There was just a need to wait. So they were trying, I feel, to trust their intuition here. Again, or this is you. Let's get the mutual energies between you and them. So this is our Shacy Prism Tarot deck. Let's see what the mutual energies are between you and this person. See, there you go. So everything was happening in the right time. Spirit's letting you know. Destiny, fate, timing, this all took a role in this connection on whether or not to take the action and when to take the action here. Okay, there's a lot of passion though between you and this person, but it's not just about the passion. It's about having something solid and long-term. And I'm definitely getting this is a spiritual union, and this is your fate, this is your destiny, but it's all up to the timing as well, because not all of us are going to be on the same timeline at the same time. Your person may have had to have waited maybe for enough money to come in. You know, have I saved enough money? Do I have enough money? They may have doubted how much, you know, they had in the bank. Was it, you know, could I do this? Do I have enough? You know, so something about the timing. They may have had to have waited for a job offer to come in with the Ace of Pentacles before they could come towards you. But Spirit wants you to know these changes are inevitable, but it's in the right time. Okay, let's go ahead and get some love guidance and advice messages for the collective. What do we have? What do we have? Angels and spirits for the collective. What are the messages? Reflection. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So this person may have decided to wait. Is this about just the passion, or is they're actually a connection here that is worth pursuing and waiting for. Or they may have felt like they wanted to see if you would wait for them, right? It could go vice versa. It could be both of you kind of trying to, you know, test the waters here. So they were waiting for clarity is exactly what I'm getting. So, or this could be you. Maybe you were waiting for the clarity, time apart. You both felt stuck. You couldn't do anything. So let's see if this can last and if these changes can occur. But I can tell you with the with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles, this is definitely somebody with the Seven of Swords trying to figure it out. You know, how can I get out of this stuck energy? So I feel like, you know, this person's stuck on you. So I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So this is somebody that didn't want to be a fool. So they figured if they waited, you know, they would see if this connection was for real or not, or whether you waited for them. They just, maybe their friends were telling them they were going to be a fool if they, you know, just took the plunge kind of thing, is what I'm getting. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. So Spirit's letting you know, again, there's a timing issue here. So make the effort. This love's worth taking risks. You're called to move forward. So with the Fool energy here, I definitely, what I'm getting is, you know, yes, you are meant to take this leap of faith. You are meant to make this effort, that it is worth it here. But I feel like your person felt the need to wait, and maybe they're feeling guilty for that now. Maybe they're making, you know, feeling guilty for making you wait for them. Okay, waiting to, but I feel like it was so they could gain the clarity here. Boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. So I feel for some of you here, you may have told this person, you know, you may have spoke your truth here and set some boundaries with this person, and now they're in fear again because they, you know, they feel like you might reject them now, right? Some people do that, you know, it's sad, but some people do that. They'll just all of a sudden reject you because you've rejected them, and it's kind of like payback. Well, that's where it comes down to ego and pride. If you really want to be together, you'll set that aside, right? Divine timing. Be patient while things are unfolding. This connection's worth the wait. So it's interesting because we have that here, not just once, but twice. It's worth making the effort, and this connection's also worth the wait. So if you are doubting it, here's your clarity. Here's your clarity right here, okay? And sometimes we need to set necessary boundaries to find out if somebody really values us or not. So let's get some final messages here. What are the final messages for the collective? I have to do these readings shorter because I'm at the mercy of the internet, of the hotel that we are at. So let's see. Oh my goodness, they're flying out here. Let's see, what do we have? Lack of faith. So this is so incredible. So this person had lack of faith. So they left you out in the cold, and they have big regrets about that, okay? So it made them lose hope in the situation because they're realizing, for some of you here, their mistake of not valuing you in the first place, okay? So they may worry that you're going to reject them now, okay? So serendipity, they're leaving things up to chance and hoping the universe will intervene and bring the two of you together. So, you know, your person may be hoping and praying that, and again, this can be vice versa, that you will gain the clarity that this connection has been worth it, even though your person may have rejected you or made you feel that way, or vice versa, because we wanted to be sure, okay? The player lifestyle that wants to find everything they did has stopped looking enticing ever since I met you. So if this person was playing the field, okay, I feel like they're going to gain the clarity, if they haven't already, that they caused a stagnation in this connection, and the risk of losing you and missing this opportunity here, because some of you may have had to have set boundaries here because they weren't valuing just truly how deep this connection was. They were questioning it and they were doubting it. But what I'm getting here, though, is that they want to take the action, but they're in fear of it. So the rival, they chose someone else over you, and though it wasn't what they wanted, they thought it was the right thing to do. So this person may have chose somebody that was just easy peasy, nice and breezy. Well, that's not exciting, is it? When you just choose somebody that's easier, it's like, oh, yay, hello. Anyways, that's my opinion, but everybody's different. But why would you do that if you're not feeling it? To me, it makes no sense. Yeah. But everybody's different, right? And everybody's on their journey, and everybody learns at a different pace. But that could be why they're fearing your rejection now, too. If there was somebody else, it's kind of like, well, if you didn't value me in the first place, why would I trust you now, right? Temperance, Spirit's letting you know that there is balance needed. There is a need to temper our emotions right now, okay? Sometimes sometimes it does take this realization process, and maybe your person didn't realize as much as they should have, okay? They may not have been highly as intuitive as you, but I'm telling you, this person sees you as their soulmate. They definitely feel like you're their soulmate. But what I'm also getting for some of you is that children may have been involved here, okay? So maybe there was a need to kind of like slow down, go slow. There's something about timing here, okay? Oh, I like that though. The devil's in reverse, okay? So I feel like, you know, we didn't want this to be a toxic connection, and by slowing it down and by controlling our emotions a little bit and trying to balance ourselves out, this will allow anything toxic to kind of reverse itself in the divine timing that's necessary. So everything's going according to, you know, the universe. Okay, let's see what the possible outcome is for the collective. What's the possible outcome? OMG. I would say that's worth the wait, but that's up to you. So Spirit's telling you to open your heart here, okay? Receive these emotions. There's a new blessing coming in, and anything that was toxic is going away because the timing will be right when it's right. Okay, and we're not always ready when it is the right time, but Spirit, I feel, is saying get ready because something's becoming unstuck here. Okay, we have the Page of Swords, so I feel like we're no longer doing investigation here. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's our hopes, our wishes, our optimism is still there. We're still willing to kind of see the bigger picture here and realize that we have a renewal of faith here within our dreams, within our wishes here. So Spirit's letting you know, as long as you're your true and authentic self and you speak your truth here, you will definitely go towards your blessings. It will bring this new blessing in. So there's a period of healing, self-reflection, and then this new beautiful beginning in love is coming. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Some of you may be seeing 111. You've got new blessings coming in all over the place. Okay, but it is, you know, to do with patience and timing. Okay, so to remember that. All right, I'm going to leave it here. So I thank you so much again, and I will see you all again soon on the next reading. Bye for now.